Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Now let's dive into the arena of fashion. This topic is a whole 2-day training by itself. However, the goal of this session is not to make you a model walking on a ramp, but to teach you certain etiquettes that you need to learn when it comes to your clothing. The intention is not glamour, it is awareness. The goal is that you may be taken seriously, that you look more mature, and that you get the response you desire from society. Clothing plays an important, deeper role than most people realize. It is not just a piece of fabric, it is communication. The way you dress tells people about your confidence, your mindset, your discipline, and your respect for the environment you are in. Before you speak, your appearance does half the talking for you. So let us explore some terms that you will constantly hear when it comes to clothing. There are a variety of wears in the market, like summer wears, winter wears, swim wears, rain wears, and so on. But what we are talking about here is the more professional set of terms that describes what you should wear at work or in formal setups. The first term is formals. Formals refers to the proper professional appearance of clothes. A formal outfit for men usually includes a shirt with trousers, nicely polished shoes, and a matching belt to accessorize with. It is recommended that the belt and the shoes match in color and style. The watch is always a good addition as it gives a neat and organized look. For women, formals would mean saris, salwar suits with dupattas, or western wears such as shirts, trousers, and heels. Women also have formal dresses that can be worn, but since there are many variations in dress designs, it is better to stick to what you quite clearly understand as professional. Avoid clothes that are too flashy, bright, or revealing, as these can take away from your professional image. Blazers and ties are also an important part of formal wear. They create a strong, confident look, especially for presentations, interviews, and meetings. In most banking, finance, pharmaceutical, and FMCG companies, formal wear is the standard dress code. Employees are expected to maintain this appearance from Monday to Friday. The reason companies prefer formal is because they reflect seriousness and discipline. They create uniformity in appearance, which helps build companies' professional image. When everyone is dressed well, it adds to the pride of being part of the organization. Now let us see what business casuals mean. People mostly focus on the word casuals and forget the word business when it comes to this category. Business casuals refer to an outfit that is still professional but not fully formal, where you look comfortable yet ready for a meeting at any time. It gives you the balance between formality and flexibility. In formals, you would wear a long sleeve shirt. In business casuals, you could wear a short sleeves shirt. In formals, you would wear synthetic trousers, while in business casuals, you can wear cotton trousers or chinos. In formals, you could wear leather shoes, while in business casuals, you could wear loafers or clean casual shoes. For women in formals, salwar suits are advised to be worn with dupatta. In business casuals, it could simply be a kurti with leggings. Dresses can be a little less formal, but they should still look neat and graceful. Your readiness for a meeting should never be compromised, no matter what you wear. Most tech companies, startups, and creative industries prefer business casuals as their dress code. This allows employees to feel relaxed, creative, and approachable while still maintaining professionalism. However, even in such offices, your clothes should be clean, properly fitted, and ironed. Comfort is not an excuse for carelessness. Casual clothes refer to jeans, t shirts, sneakers, and other comfortable clothings. People ask often, is jeans worn as business casuals? The answer depends on the company culture. In small places, jeans are allowed if paired with a formal or collared shirt and loafers. This combination gives a semi professional look. However, since many people tend to misuse this flexibility, most companies still recommend cotton trousers or chinos instead of jeans. Jeans, especially that are ripped or faded, are not considered appropriate for work. Even when wearing casual clothes to an office, most organizations do not allow round neck t shirts. Collared t shirts paired with jeans or trousers are usually considered acceptable casual wear. The idea is to maintain decency and discipline while being comfortable. Casual days like Fridays or weekends are meant to let employees relax a little while still look respectful. The trick is to look relaxed but not careless. Understanding dress code. This is an overview of the term that you might hear when you start working. Every company has an employee handbook, and in that document, the dress code of the company is mentioned clearly. The company has the right to correct your dressing sense if they feel you are not adhering to their parameters. It is also better to understand and respect these norms rather than question them. I once had a very interesting discussion with an educator who asked me how it matters what a person wears in office when the focus should be on his or her performance. I replied that these rules about what to wear and what not to wear did not start with corporates. In schools, you had a uniform to follow. In colleges, there were restrictions on certain outfits. Similarly, at work too, there are certain rules that need to be followed. If there are no dress rules at all, people might start wearing shorts, pajamas, or even swimsuits to office. Imagine the chaos that would be caused. Every company wants its employees to represent it as brand ambassadors. Hence, these dress codes are not about control but about maintaining the company image and order. I believe it is always better to follow these rules since they are made with the intention of managing larger numbers and maintaining discipline. You are always free to start your own venture if you want to create your own rules or dress however you like. But when you work for someone, you are a part of their brand, and your appearance should reflect that pride. Women and professional fashion. Now, for women, when we talk about clothes, it is easy to feel that there are restrictions or judgments. However, when grooming you for your professional future, I would recommend following a professional fashion sense that highlights your confidence, skills, and strength. You want to come across as someone who makes strong decisions, who looks reliable and capable of leadership, not as someone who appears careless or unprepared. Fortunate or unfortunately, women are observed more than men. That is the reality. So you must decide what you want people to notice about you. Your clothes can either draw attention for the right reasons or distract for the wrong ones. When you dress with grace and confidence, people automatically pay attention to your abilities. I can tell you from experience, you may wish to create an ideal world where what you wear does not matter, but in reality, your returns do get affected by how you present yourself. And by returns, I mean your opportunities, leadership roles, respect, and even income. A well groomed appearance opens doors. It gives you a silent advantage because it reflects professionalism. People trust those who look composed and reliable. When grooming yourself with clothes, it is not the cost of the outfit that matters. For both men and women, it is the choice of clothing and how you carry it that makes all the difference. A simple shirt can look elegant if worn with care, while an expensive one can look ordinary if worn without attention. When you step into an organization, make sure to observe the culture of fashion that the company follows. Use your intelligence to decide what fits the environment and invest wisely in clothes and accessories that match that culture. I once met a young man during a campus interview who was exceptionally talented. He had excellent academic results and good communication skills, but he arrived in a crumpled shirt, faded jeans, and sneakers that looked worn out. Although his performance in the interview was good, the panel was not impressed by his appearance and questioned his seriousness. On the other hand, another candidate who dressed neatly in clean formals made a better impression, even though his answers were simpler. This small difference in presentation made a big difference in opportunity. This example shows that your clothes do not define your intelligence, but they definitely influence how your intelligence is received. Clothing is your outer reflection of inner discipline. It shows how you value yourself and the place you belong to. Always choose outfits that make you feel confident, clean, and comfortable. Avoid blindly following trends. Focus instead on timeless presentation, neatness, and appropriateness. When your grooming aligns with your confidence, you do not just look professional, you feel it. And that feeling shows in everything you do. I hope this exercise brought you some enlightenment on your thought process when it comes to clothing. It must have helped you realize how every choice you make in what you wear speaks about your attitude, confidence, and discipline. In this session, we have covered so many aspects of grooming with an idea of making you look and feel confident so that you may have a smashing impact on the world around you and you may be able to attract the exact response you want from society. Remember, practicing certain habits or routines should not stop as you get busy. These are not one time lessons but lifelong practices. In fact, with more research and more reading, you should be able to understand your body, your personality, and your sense of fashion better with time. Grooming is not just about molding your appearance, but also about making sure that you live a better and healthier lifestyle. I will see you in the next session. Till then, make sure you are looking good, eating healthy, sleeping well, and creating a positive impact around you. Because how you live every day eventually shows in who you become.